All right, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. When I started doing radio, Robin, it occurred to me that I never needed to really go shopping for groceries again. Because there were so many people who would bring food and just like leave it on the table or the counter or the public areas that I was like, you know what? I don't ever need to shop. I can just eat here. People will bring food all the time, right? This time of year, that food is usually in the form of little chicken. What do they call those little corns?
What, candy corn?
Candy corn.
Yeah.
Candy corn. Yeah, you get that kind of stuff. And then, of course, it's the whole season. It started yesterday. Dr. Christine Horner is on the phone. She's been on the phone with us many times before. She is a goddess of some sort. I can't remember her name. The health goddess? What do we call her, Robin?
I can't recall.
The goddess within? She's a preventative
The
health...
warrior goddess.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A health expert, a surgeon. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. You trust me, she knows what she's talking about. She's talking about belly flop today. 4 ways to get back to flat before the holidays. Radiant Health, Ageless Beauty is the title of her book. Good morning, Dr. Horner. How are you?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Where are you right now?
I am in beautiful San Diego.
San Diego. My God.
Yeah.
You got up early, 9:87, 6:20 it is your time.
I got up earlier than 6:20. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Do you get up early all the time? Are you an early riser by now?
I am an early riser, yeah.
Is that healthy? I'm an early riser too, naturally. I think radio makes me get up earlier than I would normally. But if I retire ever, which probably will never happen, but I'll still be an early riser, I think.
Well, it actually is the healthiest thing for you. So what the research shows is that if you go to bed before 10 o'clock and you get up before 6 o'clock, that those are the healthiest hours. And interestingly, they found we're completely designed to sleep those hours based on the fluctuations of our various different hormones, not just, estrogen, testosterone, those kinds of things, but also insulin and cortisol, our stress hormones, and melatonin, our sleep hormone, and actually, if you stay up to midnight on a regular basis, it causes such hormonal imbalances that it actually doubles your risk of all sorts of things, from heart disease to diabetes to obesity.
Oh my gosh!
One of the reasons you're not losing weight, because it causes that stress hormone cortisol to go up. And actually, that's one of the kind of the key things. We see that in middle age, in particular. People start getting a belly on them.
So let me ask you something. There was a news story this morning about 3 doctors that got the Nobel Prize for figuring something about the biorhythms of our bodies. And so you just kind of said something that they also said, which is there's a certain time frame we should sleep. Is there a time frame we should eat?
There absolutely is. So what they found is that the time when our digestive fires are at the very highest and their peak is actually at noontime. So here in the U.S., we have a tendency to eat our meals late at night, our big meal, and that's actually a no-no and is something that can put weight on you. But if you have it during lunchtime, that when your digestive fires are at their peak, then you digest your food much better and your risk of becoming overweight goes down.
So eat big. So it's like a lot of people say: eat the big meal in the middle of the day, and then what we call dinner. Make that a small meal.
Yes, like soup, a salad, or something that's easily digestible and early. Too. So like not eating past 7 o'clock or so has been shown to be helpful as well.
And you talk about different kinds of beverages that are good and some are bad while you're eating the meals.
Well, we have a tendency to want to drink iced drinks, here in the U.S., and actually our digestive enzymes, found in our stomach, their optimal temperature is body temperature. So when you cool them down with that ice drink, it actually shuts down their ability to help digest your food.
Oh, really?
By almost 50%.
Wow.
So they say if you want to, you just do little sips of hot water or teas along with your meals, but not very much because it would dilute those enzymes too. Yeah.
So don't drink anything.
Yeah, well, just very little actually. You just want to do sips with it. So, yeah, and a lot of people obviously have this as a problem. And believe it or not, we talk about the obesity epidemic in the U.S., which it is really bad. I mean, most people we find are overweight or obese. About 2/3 of people fall into that category. But now we're recognizing that There's another kind of category of being unhealthy as far as the amount of fat that you have, and those are people that appear to be normal weight, but they actually have too much fat. So it's like a condition called overfat, and this comes from, it can be your gender, because men have a tendency to get on their bellies more. You've seen, that's actually quite alarming to me to see how many men that look pregnant, when I'm out and about.
Yeah.
I know. Genetics plays a role. Diet, obviously, plays a role. And stress, as what you're talking about, is something that stress hormone cortisol has a tendency to lay down belly fat. And the danger is that belly fat is considered metabolically active, and what that means is it's producing hormones and inflammatory proteins and all sorts of things that really up your risk of developing diabetes, heart disease, a number of other types of chronic diseases. So do some simple changes. Again, I say this until I'm like blue in the face, but get rid of those carbs and the processed foods and really replace them with healthy vegetables.
So your visit with us today is about lifestyle. It sounds like lifestyle is the fix for a few things.
Practically for everything, so diet and lifestyle. Now there is, everybody's of course looking for this magic pill, and there is no magic pill. It's like you can't have a horrible diet and lifestyle and then take a pill and think that it's really going to help you with your abdominal fat. But research shows that there are a number of types of supplements you can take that are helpful. For one, vitamin C, simple old vitamin C is something that helps to decrease that cortisol levels from staying elevated, in these stressful situations which people have every single day. So that is something that helps to lower cortisol and fight against that belly fat. Great sources are all vegetables, right? Fruits and vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, sweet potatoes, bell peppers, kale, those kinds of things. Another supplement is a more unusual one that comes from a fruit, which is called lychee fruits. And lychee fruits are real common in Asia, the little tiny fruits that when you peel off this kind of hard shell, and it's got a little white fruit on the inside, super sweet. But every vegetable and fruit, plant really has its own unique pharmacy, and they do analysis of it, and they'll find that like a unique molecule in it that's kind of a natural medicine in it. And so in lychee fruits, they found a molecule called oligonol, and oligonol is O-L-I-G-O-N-O-L. So oligonol. It's a polyphenol, which is antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, but it also has these very specific ways that it helps to lower belly fat. And they did a study where they took people that had a little bit bigger waistlines, and they gave half of them oligonol supplement, they gave half of them a placebo, and at the end of 10 weeks, they found that those receiving the oligonol actually had a 15% reduction in belly fat. They lost 6% of their subcutaneous fat, and then they lost about 1.5 inches off of their waistline.
Wow.
Not doing anything different, yeah. So there is help, like I said, but again, you can't.
So it's it's not a magic pill, but it sort of is. It sounds like
it does. It definitely can help. Another thing is omega-3 fatty acids. So that's omega-3 fatty acids are the healthiest type of fat we can consume. It seems counterintuitive that you could eat fat to lose fat, but it's true. So omega-3 fatty acids cause all of our cell membranes to function optimally, and our hormones are made out of fat. So everything has to do with that type of fat that you consume and what its effect is on the body. So
good information. Doctor, I didn't mean to cut you short, but we're just up against the clock. I want to make sure the listeners know how to get the information and how to get the book.
Okay, so my website's always the best location, and that's drchristinehorner.com, drchristinehorner.com. My book's available everywhere. It just won a National Book Award for the best book in health, medicine, and nutrition, so you can find it at Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or if you want an autographed copy, you can get it from my website.
Absolutely. Dr. Horner, good to hear from you again. Thank you for calling in so early.
No, you're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. At least 50 people are dead with more than 200 hurt at a